Hello you wonderful gamers, it's the Cav, and this is my walkthrough for Alfred's Questline. You get some quite good items here, as well as a go at a cracking boss in Martyr Ligarius. The first time you find him is in Cathedral Ward. Just come left out of the first door and come down toward the bit you just saw the lever there where you pull that back to reveal the coffin which's got the route to Old Yarnham. Don't go down there just yet. Continue through and round and you'll find him here. It'll become obvious fairly quickly that Alfred likes a chat. He's also exceedingly posh, which is kind of pleasing. But if you agree to cooperate with him, he'll start to drop some pretty decent items and a really good rune at the end if that's the kind of thing you're into. So the first thing is you'll get a bit of fire paper, which if this is your first run through early in the game, pretty useful. You can talk to him about a few bits and bobs. He'll ask about Bergenworth. He'll ask about the healing church. It's worth exhausting that dialogue because you'll get the gesture pray if you do so. But off you go until the next time that you meet him. This is again in Cathedral Ward, but you've got to open the first three gates first, which is similar to making Eileen trigger. When you come back to him here, once again, he's going to be up for a chat, so exhaust his dialogue, and this time ask about the Vile Bloods. This is where he'll start to give you a little bit more information about his master, Master Ligarius, and also Canehurst Castle. Now the way you're going to get to Canehurst Castle is to visit Isefka's clinic. You can do it before or after this chat with Alfred. And the way to get there is to go through the Forbidden Woods and just jink left by all those dog cages, go through the poisoned swamp with the two cathedral giants in there, go up the longest ladder in the world and enter Isefka's clinic, and you'll find the Canehurst summons on a table in there. Once you've got the summons, you can either come back and trigger this conversation, or if you've already done it, you can go and access the castle. And you do that firstly by defeating the Witch of Hernick Lane. Actually, you may not have to defeat her first of all, but just to show you where the location is, from the lamp that you get there after you beat the witch, just run out, come down toward here, and there's this kind of obelisk that if you approach it with the Canehurst summons in hand, you get this superb little cutscene. Good grief, Bloodborne is absolute class. Right, so don't do what I did first time I ran through this, which was to stand here for about 5 minutes before realising you had to actually get on the stagecoach. But get on and it'll take you to Canehurst Castle. Again, it's another decent cutscene, but I'll spare you the rest of this one, just in case it's a spoiler. Once you get to Canehurst Castle, you're going to have to run through the superb level and then get to a rooftop where you're going to fight Martyr Ligarius. I've got a link here just so you can see that fight, and what you do is you pick up the Crown of Illusions once you've beaten him. Just stick that on your head and walk toward these two torches at the end. Again for another superb cutscene. Once that's passed, you're going to run up the stairs here and talk to none other than the Vile Blood Queen herself, Annalise. I'm not going to exhaust her dialogue for this walk through. We're just going to stick with Alfred for now. She'll start having a chat with you anyway, but what you're after is a right turn just up here, and you'll see the unopened Canehurst summons. That's what we've got to get back to Alfred, so that he can come and have a little chat with Annalise as well. So once you've got back here, gifting the unopened summons, he's going to be pretty happy about this at this point.
Just tell me what piques your interest.
Obviously pre-chat.
Aha! Is that the sigil of Canehurst? I've heard tell of Canehurst nobles and their amusingly pompous invitations. Wonderful. I thank you profusely. I will depart immediately, but first, a token of my gratitude.
Now there is just one thing, Alfred, before you go. If you see the resurrected corpse of your master splattered all over a rooftop, I had nothing to do with it. It was like that when I got there. One other thing, I definitely didn't swear my allegiance to the Vileblood Queen. Not me, don't let her tell you any different. Also, one other thing, I also did not propose to her with the ring of betrothal, okay? Good? We're all good. Excellent. Get yourself back to Canehurst as soon as you've given him the summons. Here he is. In slightly manic mood, it's got to be said. Just in case I hadn't warned you, he does like a chat. So exhaust all this dialogue, and you'll get the pretty excellent raw gesture as a result. It has to be said, he has made short work of that queen. And what's all that stuff on the wheel?
You, is it? Look at this.
Yes, Alfred.
Thanks to you, I've done it. Well, isn't it wonderful? Now Master can be canonized as a true martyr.
Is this a good opportunity again to mention that I had absolutely nothing to do with splattering him all over the rooftop out there? Yeah, maybe let's just leave it. Now you can, if you want, attack him at this point, but he's quite tough, and of course it wouldn't be a true quest line if we didn't get to the very end of it, so resist that temptation. Get back to your lamp, and we are going full circle back to Cathedral Ward, where we first meet him. And you're going to find him here, slumped over, apparently made a martyr of himself, but gone over, pick up the excellent Radiance Caryll rune. Okay, that's it. Alfred's questline, done and dusted. On to the next one. If you like it, subscribe.